Yes, people, welcome back. We are live on YouTube for Game Week 21 preview part 2. This is the part 2. It feels like it's been a long time, to be honest, since I've done a live stream, obviously, because we did part 1 last week. But yeah, it's good to be back for the part 2. And yeah, big up to early comments already. Good to see Raka and Chelsea fan, up to you. Let's add the guests like we always do. First in the house, we've got a co-host, Manny himself. How you doing, Manny?
All good, Oris. Thank you very much indeed. Looking forward to the weekend. Not a packed weekend, which might be a bit of a relief because at least there's a chance to see some more games being played. I'm not necessarily looking forward to seeing us take on the Eagles, but, my Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat one Eagles team. Let's see if the Arsenal can beat another.
Exactly. Let's see if Arteta can rise up his squad. Next, we do have JPT representing Chelsea or London Cowboys, as they say. How you doing, JPT?
Hi, guys. How you doing today? It's been a while. Doing good. Yeah, Manny, I've been happy about that. The Philadelphia Eagles losing. So, good job, Eagles. Made it to one game in the playoffs. Same with the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, listen. I'm sorry. I never knew you were an Eagles fan. My bad.
Oh no, I'm a Commanders fan, which is just as bad.
Oh, Washington, right?
Yeah. But Cowboys out. So how about them Cowboys? Maybe next year with Dak, and then fly Eagles fly. We're gonna see another bird go down this weekend at least. My prediction.
No. And the United fan base are on the 25% gang, Ratcliffe gang. So that's what the United fan base are on. But yeah, we'll get on to that. Next, it's been a while. It has been a while for this lad. Obviously, he's been busy. Obviously, we understand that, but it is great to have the man himself, Elliot.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back on.
Yes. There's a mic issue going. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, and then we do have, I think it's first time on here. We've seen in his comments on the YouTube live. It is Step C. How you doing, Step C?
Yeah, very well. Hi, guys.
Yeah, obviously represent our first Luton fan on the stream. So big up to you. Obviously represent Luton. Good to have you on. But yeah, listen. Obviously we've got a couple of games to discuss about this weekend. Not a packed one, as Manny said. Obviously what the Premier League is doing is a mini break, which is
5 games. 5 games this week.
I think so. Yeah, 5 games. Which for me, I don't get it. Oh, we do have the man himself, Mr. B.
Hey, big up, bro. Big up, guys.
Mr. B, we've got a lot to talk about. He's got the return, Ivan Tony in the background as well.
Yeah, return of the big man, Tony. Come on.
We got a lot.
Back.
Listen, Mr. B. I know Brentford don't play. Oh, no, they do play. Sorry, my bad. They do play. Sorry. But we'll talk soon. But let's preview some games, shall we? Tomorrow we do have a lunchtime kickoff. Well, in the UK, it's called the lunchtime kickoff, and it is the mighty Gooners, Arteta's Red Army against Crystal Palace.
Boys.
The Dubai Gooners.
This is a huge game. Let's go over to Elliot first. Obviously, it's been a while for him, but this game, surely you win this game against Palace.
London calling to the faraway towns at lunchtime. Got a good clash there, huh, Mr. B?
No, Elliot will continue.
Yeah.
Where we speak? No, it's a bit low. Right, well, it's a bit low. Try that. Yeah, but Manny, you can go as well.
Yeah, mate, you can go now.
Yeah, sort of a preview to that, London calling, the clash. I just hope that the Sharif will like that. And there's no way that the Eagles are going to come and rock the Casbah, let me tell you that right now. And this is actually a good time to play Crystal Palace because their form really is that bad. But having said that, the worst part of
The echo.
Yeah, the worst part about that was the echo. The worst part about this right now is that you take a look at the form of Arsenal, see 1 win in 7, and how they how poorly they performed in the other North London derby against Fulham, and also against West Ham at home. I think there's a part of me that thinks we're starting to lose a little bit of our edge. And there has been talk about the merits of going to Dubai to sort of allow the boys to unwind a little bit. Many people have suggested that if you're going to go to a warmer country and then come back to colder temperatures to play, it cannot really be beneficial. So if you want to, sort of get your confidence up, it is a good time to play Crystal Palace because they're really too dependent on Elise and Eze. And even though Sam Johnson has come back and might possibly play tomorrow, although I think it could very well be Henderson who plays, I'm not too sure. I just don't see enough in this Crystal Palace team to give us any sort of trouble, which means that we can field the most patched up defense we've ever had to field and still, in theory, have a fairly comfortable game. We do have an early prediction, though, from Chelsea fan who thinks it's going to be a tight 2-1 win. There's a part of me that would like to be confident and say that we could win 3-1. At least, I know we're not going to keep a clean sheet, although stranger things could happen. But the biggest worry is where can the goals come from? This could very well be the sort of game for either one of Jesus or Nketiah, preferably both, to prove that they do deserve to be given the benefit of doubt, although neither of them are still going to be prolific enough this season. But this should be a routine when the Eagles are just that poor. And you can clip me on this. This will definitely be Roy Hodgson's last season in management, because when you have people booing him for his substitutions in the replay defeat in the FA Cup to Everton, I think that pretty much says it all. There comes a time when, you've got to just know when it's time to go. And as a former Prime Minister once said, when the curtain falls, it's time to exit the stage. So Arsenal to win 3-1 and usher Roy towards the exit.
Exactly. Elliot, let's go on to you now.
Is it better now?
Yeah, much better.
There we go. Right, so I think Arsenal will win this game. I think it's going to be 2-1, a bit closer. I don't know. I just think recently with our results, we've been struggling quite a bit. But I think with this 2 weeks off, with the international break, well, not international break, but technically is, with all the AFCON and the Asian Cup going on, I think it might help with the Dubai. I think we went to Dubai with the warm weather training, so hoping that our players.
Has anyone seen that after the salt bay? That is fun. Yeah. So Ellie, you going with 2-1 with Arsenal?
2-1 win, yeah. I'm not sure who'll score, but I think it's going to be a fairly tight game. But I think we'll just edge them. We've got the home advantage, so yeah, I can see us doing pretty well in that game tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough. With my money, I agree with him saying that Roy Hodgson's going to be last season. I definitely think it will be. Who they get, I'm not sure. They can get anyone surprising that we won't expect, but let's see who they get, because they could get. Who knows? They could get what's his name? I forgot his name. Troy Deeney. Troy Deeney, they can get Troy because he got sacked from Forest Green. So
after 26 days in charge. Oh, good heavens, not a bloke. Good heavens, not a bloke.
Troy Deeney, by the way, the way he called out his players in interviews, that's the reason why he got sacked. That for some reason.
And then he retracted it by trying to say sorry to save his job, and it didn't out the door.
Exactly. But with Arsenal Palace, I do think Arsenal will win this. It's going to be 3-0. Arsenal win, clean sheet for Arsenal. But you just never know with Palace, to be fair. But Roy Hodgson, for me, he shouldn't have got the permanent contract. Anyways. That was a bit stupid for Palace to give. But yeah, it should be a comfortable win for Arsenal. If not, if they still drop some points, then wow. That's got some few stuff. But JBT, over to you. Do you think this will be a comfortable, easy Arsenal win?
No, it's going to be a little nervy win for them. I still think they're going to leave with a. Manny said they don't think he'll keep a clean sheet, but with Olise out, and I think he's ruled indefinite that he's going to miss this game. I think he has like a hamstring injury as a big blow for their attack right there. I don't think they're going to really carry with just Edouard.
Mateta as well,
Yeah, Mateta is also out. So they got quite a few injuries that are crucial for them. Plus, playing at the Emirates, it's always going to be difficult, despite them going on a holiday to Dubai, warm, pleasant temperature, to now going back to like the frigid cold in England. But you know what? It was their decision. You know, I'm not going to go into further detail about the Dubai trip because I've been hearing it for like this whole month. Not the smartest decision, and I don't think this thing would have flown under the likes of Wenger. And yeah, you know, it'll hold up on their play, but with just I don't think Crystal Palace has enough to gain anything from this. And yeah, Roy Hodgson, he might stick out for the rest of the season, but let the man enjoy his retirement. The man is too old to be this stressed. I don't think Vieira should have been sacked in the first place.
I agree.
But yeah, 1-0. I'll get to Arsenal. They'll give them some life before like later on in the season. If it's not too late already.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I think Vieira's second was a bit. It came on for me. But yeah, Mr. B, your score predictions for the Arsenal for this game?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Arsenal were in Dubai before they went to Dubai, to be honest. They were on holiday already. So.
William Saliba hasn't been pictured there in training. I saw a picture.
But I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, they were on holiday before they went there. So, I don't know. I think, you know, I'd like to see if there was an upset here, like if it blows up in Arsenal's face, going away and all this, you know, doing all this shit in Dubai. Because, you know, and I think they're disrespecting Roy as well, because I think he's, you know, been a great manager for so long at Palace. And there could be an upset, but I don't think there will somehow. I think Arsenal will win it. It'll be tight at 2-1.
2-1 Arsenal win. And obviously, Stepsy, do you agree with Mr. B as well? 2-1 win?
Yeah, just, I mean, Palace have got a few players out. I mean, Jordan Ayew's in AFCON. Olise's out. So just on to what JC said. That's 4 players out. Yeah, I don't think the Wolverhampton training have helped Arsenal too much. But I think they've been aboard before. They've done this all before in breaks they've had, so it's not going to affect them too much. I think they'll be a bit stale, but I see them scraping a 1-0 win and being comfortable with that.
Yeah, agreed. Right, that's all predictions locked in. Brentford versus.
Hey.
Sorry.
Mr. B, this is your floor.
Before
Here we go.
By the overall game, Mr. B, there's 2 things. Sergio Reguilon.
Yeah, come on, man. Reguilon.
Man, Ivan Tony.
Tony.
Oh, and the other bloke you got.
Yeah, the Turkish one.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah.
So there you go. There's 3.
Mr. B, talk to me. Obviously, you got Tony back. He will be fit for this game.
He's catching.
Would you rush him? Would you rush him to start in this game? Because obviously he's played behind closed doors matches. But
well, I think at least that's going to got him some sort of match fitness. You know, playing those games. So, but really, it's a competitive game now in the Premiership. You know, he's got to hit the ground running again now. And he's obviously been made captain for this as well. So, going to lead us out as captain. So, he's definitely playing. So, we know that. And, you know, I think, can he come back, you know, and really hit, you know, he blaze a trail again with the goals. And I hope he does, you know. I mean, whatever he said, I hate what he said. And he keeps saying about, I'm going to leave if they get coming with a bid, or I'm going to stay. I know, what the fuck is he saying, you know? Sorry for swearing again. But, you know, he's sort of, you know, contradicting himself, you know, and saying different things. So I hope he stays for a while, at least till the end of the season, and that'll get us safe, you know.
There was an interview today.
The quote was from Tony, if in January anything can happen. It was the words he used. So it weren't he was going to leave. It was that in January anything can happen. So you read into that what you want to.
Yeah.
Listen, I think he'll be gone in the summer. I don't think he'll be gone.
I think it'll be summer as well.
He's not going in January, no, but he will be in the summer.
For me, when I look at it, I don't think January is the right smart move because obviously he's just come back from an 8-month ban. He's like he's not the match like I'm talking about as a normal match. He's not match fit yet. So for me, summertime, maybe in Arsenal splash the cash because Arsenal will do that. Anyway. Yeah.
I think Reguilon will play. I think he'll give him his first game for us. So
You ain't got a left back, and he's the perfect fit for you.
I think that's
exactly
natural left back. That's what he needed.
That's a Thomas Frank, system player.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Yeah. So
might only have him until the end of the season. It's only a loan, but it's going to work out. I think for the rest of the season. So
like I said in the stream, Mr. B, it's a win-win. It's putting him in the shop window to try and rejuvenate his career, and for you having him there to view his choices is a win-win.
Yeah, you're right, Steve.
He does well. You never know. You might want to stay with you if he feels comfortable at Brentford and there's an opportunity for him to stay there. He might do that, but at the moment it's a win-win.
Yeah, well, we haven't got an option to buy on him at the end of the season. But
it all depends what. Anything can happen in the summer. They might go. You know what? We don't need him.
Yeah. Well, Mr. B, your score prediction for this one then?
Well, as I went on the stream earlier, or I done my stream for it, previewed it. I went there. I went for you know what? I was going really confident for us and going 3-1 to the Bees, with Tony maybe getting at least 2.
Oh.
And someone else I don't know who's going to get the other one, but I think Tony might get at least 2. So I was got quite confident there. I hope he don't fucking go back in my face, man. I don't explain in my face with that, but we want to win. We got to win, and that's important. We've got to.
Must win game.
3-1.
Yeah.
Must win game. Do you think about this Brentford going to first game?
Who's going next?
JPT, I think he was asking you.
All right, sorry, it booped out. This is gonna be an interesting game. I'm glad this is like the later game of Saturday. Tony with the return. I feel like this is like number 30 of the Royal Rumble, just coming in. He's coming in with the captain band. You're it's kind of good time, and you guys are right. He's not leaving in January. I think this is just for the club as well to put out feelers out there. How much people are willing to negotiate or to put an offer for him, who's interested. Which is, I think it's like the usual suspects right now for a striker. And they realize that the market for a quality striker, which Tony without a doubt is part of, whether he's fit or not. I mean, he heals bad goals for whoever, but it doesn't make sense to I'm gonna come back, I'll be captain, I'm out. It's not gonna happen in January. It's gonna be set in stone for in the summertime, and he's gonna do right by Brentford. He's gonna probably remain captain for the rest of the season to help them get out of this relegation fight that they're in, starting with the team just right above them in Forest. But don't take Forest too lightly because with their charges coming up, look how Everton have been playing since their charges have rang in. They've been playing with more intensity and with more purpose. And I don't think Forest have had any punishment served out to them. At least I don't think. But who knows what's going to happen. But it's going to be a big game for Tony. I'm not sure if he'll bag a hat trick, but I think he'll bag at least the game-winning goal. And good timing because with Mbeumo out, that was a big loss, and Norgard out. It's a big point in the attack, and Lisa can't do it by himself. And Serge, wow, this might help with. So is he? So did you guys terminate the contract, Orist United, and then that's why he went to Brentford? Or okay, I wasn't sure if he signed with United and then got loaned out.
So they got Shaw back and everything, didn't they?
Yeah,
that was part of
Mm-hmm.
So Spurs are going to benefit this from more because they know if Sergio Reguilon plays well under this Frank system, it's going to be a pretty better than expected than what they got from United for him to be signed at Brentford permanently. But good for him, good for the club, and won't be surprised if he drives over there. And I'm going to guess a 2-1 win, just at the very end, Tony with the winner.
Oh, that'll be scenes at the end.
Britain.
Let's see over to you now, Brentford Forest. What do you think?
It's a City ground, isn't it?
No, is that Brentford?
No, it's at Brentford.
You said it was City ground on your stream the other day.
I know I did. I know. I fucked up, mate.
Right,
I
that's
fucked up.
that's okay. Right.
I can't believe I've done that.
Brentford,
Schoolboy error.
Brentford having Tony back will help him, obviously.
Your favourite, mate. He's your favourite.
Regulon, brilliant signing. We'll do well at Brentford. And having a few players back that Brentford getting back, like their midfield should help them well as well. Don't rule out Nottingham Forest. Under Nuno, they're coming back. He's got them rejuvenated. They've got a few players out that have gone to AFCON, but they've got 100 players that can fill that position, so it don't really matter to them. I don't think it'll be the home result that Brentford wants. So because I've gone for 1-1.
1-1. Oh, Mr. B won't like that. Money over to you, Brentford Forest, or score predictions.
2-1 to Brentford. Brace for Tony and Chris Wood to get the Forest goal. And
breaks his leg.
What was that, Stepsy?
I told one breaks Tony's leg. I can't stand him. I've never liked him.
Never liked who? Wood or Tony?
It's Wood.
Tony. I've seen him throughout every league. I've seen him for every league. Every league I've had him, and he's always done something to us. Always. He's one of them players. He's in your head. Knit. Can't get rid of it.
Yeah, I get that. And obviously, you know, when it comes to Tony, there is an Arsenal connection, and a lot of people obviously were hoping that we would sign him. But there have been some, you know, for want of a better word, lickspittle Arteta inners who will say that there is no way that Tony should be given a move to a club like Arsenal because he doesn't have the right attitude. One person even going so far to say there's a reason why Ollie Watkins is in the England squad and not Ivan Toney. Toney wasn't even picked for the World Cup squad. For me, though, I think it is good that at least he's willing to try and do his talking on the pitch. And if he can possibly, you know, back up his words with actions and repay the Brentford fans by scoring some goals and reaching that target, then it would be wonderful. I think there's an article on the BBC Sport webpage which says that he has some sort of a celebration planned if he hits a target. I don't know if it's going to be anything like Cristiano Ronaldo's Siu celebration, but it may be something or another. But attitude aside, there is no denying that he can score goals. And if he does start to score some goals, then bear in mind, Brentford also have got to come to Arsenal later on in the season. And, you know, last season we drew 1-1 in a game where, you know, we were quite lucky to lose. I don't care what people say about VAR. We very nearly could have lost that game if things had gone their way. And Tony would obviously be a bit of a threat. So I think it's fair to say that I guess it's okay to have a little bit of an attitude as long as you can do your talking on the pitch and score some goals. It's when your attitude becomes a problem and your attitude leads to a decrease in the team's altitude that would cause a problem. And you know who said something similar to that, Orest? Sir Alexander Ferguson. And that was how he was able to get the best out of some players who had a bit of an attitude in his team, whether it was a Roy Keane or Cristiano Ronaldo. So I have to compliment you, Mr. B. And I think Thomas Frank has, you know, done the right thing by standing by Tony. I think privately he might have told him, son, you're coming back. You need to wind your neck in and start to perform. And if he does manage to reach a target and you do manage to improve on your league position, would you like him to stay? Because there is a possibility that he could have a huge target slapped on his head if he does well.
Yeah.
Just for good to Elliot. Tony's attitude. Would you say it's bad or it's just borderline arrogant?
It is a little bit of a bit of arrogance in some way, a little bit like some of the other players.
I wanted to see your intake on that. That's all right. Elliot, go on. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure you were on the same wavelength as me.
Appreciate that. Thank you. But
sorry, Elliot, I just wanted to make sure I was on the same wavelength. That's all.
Before you guys carry on,
man, did you ask me a question, mate?
I asked you, yes, Mr. B. Yeah, you, Mr. B.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, I think I don't like what he said. You know, he keeps saying all this stuff about us, and I think it's wrong. But as long as he does something on the pitch, that's what I care about. I want him to do that and get goals. And if he stays, yeah, so be it. It's great. But if he goes, we're going to get a lot of money for him, and we can rebuild with that. We can get more players. So it's going to be a lot of money, whatever, isn't it? It's going to be over 100 mil or whatever. So we're going to, what we can do with that, it'd be amazing.
That is crazy, man. This English market is crazy. But yeah. Tony has to replay the first innings to the action of the pitch. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Elliot, let's have your score prediction for this one: Brentford versus Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I'm going for a Brentford 1-0. Brentford 1-0 win. I think Tony will probably get the goal most likely. I just think Forest are going to fight in the game though, because they've been hit with that. Well, they haven't been hit with deduction yet, but with the breach, and I think that's going to make them want to fight like Everton when they got their first one, and now they've got another, so that's not going to help them very well. I think both teams will go down now. But anyway, Brentford's now they got Tony back. I can see them playing a lot better now, and with the Reguilon signing, that's a brilliant signing for them. So yeah, I can see them being very strong in tomorrow's game. I think it'll still be a close battle, but I can see Brentford obviously again home advantage as well. That does help sometimes. And yeah, I think they'll just pip them and 1-0.
Yeah, exactly. 1-0. I'm gonna go with 2-0 Brentford win. I think it's gonna be a clean sheet. I don't know if Tony's gonna score though, so don't say it's Tony gonna score. But I'm not sure. Maybe he starts, maybe he doesn't. But yeah, we shall see. But I do expect Brentford win. If not, then
it could play into Forest's hands with all the talk about Tony and not too much talking about Forest. It could play in Forest's hands that all the hype is around Tony, and Forest could just go about their job and just get the job done.
No, listen, they beat Man United, so no one expected that. So,
anything can happen. It's one of them games that everyone's going to be watching.
Yeah, but bear in mind that Forest's away form is not really the best, and even their home form has struggled, tanked a bit. That's why they're as far down as they are. So it's not going to be a given that Forest will do well. In fact, Wood is scoring goals, but I think the team is just not really able to. They're starting to gel a little bit, though. They've been getting some results, and Wood has been scoring goals. But apart from Chris Wood, it's really hard to see anyone else in that team who's really standing up to be counted.
I just think Nuno in there is starting to get his stamp on the club. He'll get his 11 that he wants regularly, and when he gets that 11 that he wants, I think they'll start to pick up a few points. I don't want to because they're down there with us fighting, but I think he'll get them gelling sooner rather than later.
He's not actually a bad manager. I mean, he flopped
I
think
it was too much pressure on him.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Wolves was brilliant at, and sort of nice Forest are in the sort of same mould as Wolves. They're not big. They're big, but they're not huge.
Yeah, Daniel Levy, he was wrong to a point.
We can talk about Levy all day long. The vote's an idiot.
Of course, but he was wrong to a point.
You say he's a bit like similar to Moyes in a way. He doesn't do well at the big teams. Point proven at Manchester United. Terrible manager there. And yet at West Ham, he's thriving at West Ham. He's getting them European competitions. He's won European Conference League with them as well. So I can see Nuno doing maybe not winning, maybe not getting the high levels of Forest, especially if they get a points deduction now. But yeah, I can see him obviously doing quite well with Forest.
Saying that though, Elliot, I mean, anyone that's going to take over from Ferguson at Man United was onto a hard task, no matter who it was.
Yeah.
Anyone who went after Ferguson. I know Ferguson picked Moyes, but anyone that's going to take over that job after Ferguson was in for a shock because the team was half defeated anyway.
We're never going to have a manager like Ferguson.
No, but the team was half defeated then anyway, so you had to build it.
This young generation.
You say the same with. You say the same with like Emery. He didn't do that great at Arsenal, and what he's doing at Villa. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. Rocco, mate. Listen, you support Juventus. He said,
yeah, you know about corruption.
It's still corrupt, okay? The Serie A is still corrupt. There's more corrupt in the Premier League, so. Where he is under more scrutiny. Yeah. Exactly. I think there was one specific match. I forgot what it was, but Nuno made the sub. I think he took off. I think it was like Son, and he brought on Lucas Moura, and then he got booed. Like the Spurs fans were trying. You don't know what you're doing. So
writings on the wall, then, isn't it? Writings on the wall, then.
by the way, Oris, sorry, mate. Before you carry on, I hope they do City with exactly what they do with Forest and really hit them where it hurts.
No, this Premier League, they're trying to force
They
themselves.
better do.
Trying to force themselves.
Not one rule for one and not for another.
They're trying to force Everton to get relegated. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to force Everton. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Punish you even more. Listen, how about that Premier League chief that came out and said, "Oh, it takes time with City." Listen, it's been the case has been on for like 2 years. So, mate, those are actions. None of this fake quotes. None of that. Oh yeah, we'll go on to the City case later on. No, mate, it's a case.
Yeah, but the silly thing is though, we've got a date for City, but we don't know when it is.
Yeah, I mean, no one's heard about the hearings of it. No one's heard about the hearing case. But listen, listen, City, mate. Do something.
They
man.
make money though. That's why they took it so long, because they make money.
Exactly. But I'm tired of Fourth FC getting away with it. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Next game.
115 is just a joke.
But listen, Oris, before we do that, I mean, JPT had to leave, so let's just thank JPT for coming on.
Cheers,
and you know his socials?
Yeah, keeping it real Chelsea on YouTube. That's his YouTube name, and also on Instagram, keeping it real Chelsea. So make sure you guys do check out JPT, who did
brilliant.
Big up.
JPT. But yeah, we got the Blades versus West Ham United. Obviously, no kudos for West Ham. That goal in the AFCON, that was a brilliant goal.
Could be an upset.
I still expect West Ham to win this game. Although I understand that some fans are saying that they don't have creative players, but it still should be enough to beat Sheffield United. So for me, I'm going to go with a 2-1 West Ham win.
Ryan's got Sheffield United to win.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Wow. First versus 2-0 West Ham. Manny, what do you think, Manny?
The Hammers to blunt the Blades, 2-0, clean sheet for Alphonse Areola. And bear in mind that West Ham did, of course, suffer the ignominy of losing, of being knocked out of the FA Cup. Not what they wanted. So they're going to be motivated to make sure they do much better in the league. And they've still got the Europa League to try and do maybe another semi-final run. Who knows? 2-0 to West Ham, forever blowing bubbles.
Manny, who did Arsenal get in the FA Cup?
I was not mocking them, okay? I credit West Ham for doing as well as they've done this season. I know they beat us at the Emirates, and I can speak for myself, maybe not so much for Elliot, but for me, when I say the people who live in the most brittle of glass houses should never, ever throw stones.
I'm going to say anything. Elliot, Sheffield United versus West Ham. Do you agree with Manny with the 2-0 prediction?
Yeah, I do agree with Manny on that one. I do think it's going to be 2-0 to West Ham as well. Yeah, I know obviously they've got a few players out. So you have kind of Kudus, very key player for West Ham this season. But I still think Sheffield United have been poor. You know, I just can't see him winning much at all this season. So yeah, I still think West Ham are going to win. Another clean sheet for them, like Manny said. And yeah, 2-0 West Ham.
2-0 West Ham. So I think I said 2. No, I said 2-1. Sorry, so that's 2 clean sheets there from Manny and Elliot. Mr. B, what do you think? Do you think with a clean sheet gang, or do you think they'll concede?
Yeah, I actually think I think they're going to get a third, but I think they will concede. I think it'll be 3-1 to the Hammers.
3-1 to the Hammers. Fair enough.
Yeah, I know Sheffield United have got Bertrand Diaz, but I mean, they say that he will score goals. I don't think he will. He was at Villarreal. He started 13 games for them, didn't score a goal. 9 and then they started him on the bench, and he still didn't score. So really, if he's not scoring goals, he's coming to a Sheffield United team who are in disarray. He's going to score goals for them when they got the service. If he's got to get service for Villarreal, he's got to get service at the Blades. Never that. West Ham do shipping goals. I think they'll concede 1, but I'm going Mr. B. I think it'll be Sheffield United 1, West Ham 3, because I know Brian's going to be back, so I think he knows where the net is.
And Diaz has the quality, just give him the chance. Exactly. I think that's all.
I think it's fair to say that Bowen has an arrow-like shot. The bow and arrow.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
He hits the bullseye quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, Ryan. Yeah, he is quality. You got to give him the chance, but the service won't be there for him.
Of course,
Right.
'cause North
And,
Seven.
gentlemen, just briefly, may I say, Mohamed Kudus, what a signing by West Ham. How the likes of Arsenal and Manchester United and other big clubs could have let him fly
We got-
under the
got the
radar,
wrong-
we will
So
never
you
know.
could say kudos to West Ham for getting him. Yeah,
Mate, you
kudos.
got the wrong
Yeah.
actor. Then I scouted someone else. We got some fake Brazilian player, man. I don't know what the hell we got.
He played under Ten Hag too, you know, Orist.
Yeah, Kudus, I know exactly. Kudus. You know what? Yeah, I wanted. They got Fernandez, ex-Axman in the midfield, and what was it? I think it's Alvarez Fernandez, something. I forgot his first name, but that Fernandez kid, he's good, man. He's good. So yeah, look, West Ham obviously as soon as they get their players back, Kudus back. For me, obviously that FA Cup, I still think they still got Europa League to obviously they focused on that. So because they could do something in Europa League, but
I think Europe's more important than losing to Bristol City in the FA Cup. I think the Conference League is more important. Sorry, Europa Cup. Sorry, they won the Conference League. Europa League. I think that's more important than the FA Cup.
100%.
More money in it, I suppose.
Exactly. Well, Chauvinot do create some chances, just not many, but Diaz is clinical, so if he gets a chance, he'll score. That's what I'm saying. That is true.
He gets a chance. That's what I'm trying to say. Chance.
Dean
You won't
Wilder,
get many.
great chances. Dean Wilder, man. What are you doing, Dean Wilder, man? You know, he's not the same manager as before. I don't know why they got him. You know, Chris Wilder.
It's the same with. It's the same with.
Chris Wilder, yeah. Chris Wilder.
It's the same with Crystal Palace having Hodgson. It's stability. Going back to what you know to keep it stable.
Yeah.
Exactly. Next game we do have is AFC Bournemouth.
There's a Manny. He's the expert of Bournemouth. Manny.
Manny knows about Bournemouth.
Yeah, look, I'm no expert on Bournemouth, but a huge shout out to Craig Beasley up the shows in all departments. Yesterday, of course, we were doing the cherry picking show, and I think that was released today. So we record it and then we release it. We record on the Thursday and we release it the next day. And we actually were talking about it. And he's also done a wonderful interview with Peter Hooton, the lead singer from The Farm. You'll remember that song All Together Now, Mr. B?
Yeah.
All together.
And of course, they revamped that with a DJ Spoonie edit for Euro 2004, and we had the same result, really. Except it was worse than Italia 90. Oh, those were the days. But obviously, the talk about obviously the talk when it came to Liverpool was about how without Mohamed Salah, Liverpool might be a little bit weaker. And of course, we all know that Mohamed Salah got an injury playing for Egypt yesterday against Ghana. And that game also saw a certain Mohamed El Neni being subbed off midway through the second half. And I think after both of them went, Egypt went on to score twice, equalizing once and then twice again. But now, of course, in the absence of Salah, they've got to depend on the likes of not just Diaz and Gakpo, but also Darwin Núñez, who is maddeningly inconsistent. It's scary. But Liverpool's midfield will be interesting. Although Endo is away at the African Cup of Nations, the Asian Cup, rather. In fact, he also, scored the consolation goal for Japan as they lost, shockingly, to fellow former champions Iran. Liverpool will still have Ali Mack back in the team. The return of the Mack, as I said in the last stream. And of course, Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch will come on as a substitute. Harvey Elliott also will definitely have an important role to play. So when you take a look at it, apart from the defense, where obviously there have been some issues with the fullbacks, TAA, Shimikas, Robertson are out. So it's Gomez and Bradley who are going to be playing as fullbacks. But Bournemouth aren't going to have it all too easy because they've also had to field a patched up defense as well. Before he went to the AFCON, what did you say? Solanke will be playing, and of course he is a former Liverpool player. Of course, played 21 games one season, but of course he missed out on a Champions League winners' medal with Liverpool. So I think he'll have more and more motivation to do Liverpool a great deal of damage. And
games.
You know, the biggest worry that Bournemouth have will be their patched up defence, because before he left to join Burkina Faso at the AFCON, Dongo Utara was playing at left back because Milos Kerkez and Lloyd Kelly were out injured. And Chris Mepham has also come back into the defence. There's still some issues with him. Yeah, it will be interesting to see if Adam Smith, the long-serving right back, plays. It is likely that he will play because Aarons is still out. And I think, so it will be interesting to see what sort of a back four Iriola will put out. And Bournemouth's biggest hope will be to try to nullify that central midfield three and prevent them from getting any kind of service to the front three up top. Because he can ill afford to play a back five. He'll be asking for trouble. So his best bet would be to try and have the 4-2-3-1 formation he knows very well and hope that the 2 defensive and 3 attacking midfielders can try and nullify everything and possibly try and prevent some attacks down the flanks. But also, this could be a game where Gomez and Bradley will be tested on either side. So it will be interesting to see. Apparently, Ryan said that Solanke will get a big move. He might not. And we were discussing that yesterday because bear in mind that in addition to having one season at Liverpool, Solanke was also a youth player at Chelsea. I don't think JPT would remember him, but he never made a single appearance for them in the league. Maybe he played a few cup games. I'm not too sure.
He played the League Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. And so why would Solanke feel as though he should try and go to a big club and have to prove himself all over again when he's having the time of his life at Bournemouth, having made close to 200 appearances, scoring about 70 goals? He's really much loved. And it's a Tony situation as well. The club are going to slap a huge fee on him saying, you're going to get him over our dead body. You try and prize them away from our cold, dead fingers, you're not going to be successful. And so it's not just Solanke, though. I mean, obviously, Bournemouth have a very happy knack of being able to get in behind Liverpool's defence. And even though they should have Van Dijk and Konate playing together, I don't think they will necessarily be strong with Bradley and Gomez in the defence. Gomez is decent, but Bradley is still unproven. I know we Arsenal fans, Elliot and I, will remember how Bradley came on and did a decent job in the last 20 minutes in the FA Cup tie. But, you know, an FA Cup match against Arsenal and a league game against Bournemouth are chalk and cheese, or in this case, chalk and cherries. So it's going to be a difficult afternoon for Bournemouth. There is a part of me that hopes that Bournemouth could pull off a shock win, a repeat of the corresponding result last season. And also, because if they do that, it will leave the race wide open and give Arsenal a better chance of coming back into contention. But sadly, given Bournemouth's makeshift defence and own midfield concerns, they've let Jake Rothwell go to Southampton just down the road on loan. Why they would do that, I would never know. So sadly, I think it's going to be a Liverpool win. I might have to be inclined to go for a 3-1 win. I'm sorry, Craig. I love you, mate, but we're both hoping that Bournemouth will win, but I'm afraid that's just the way it is with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Over to you, Elliot. What do you think? Bournemouth versus Liverpool?
Yeah, I think Liverpool, despite the fact they've got a few players obviously out in international games, I still think they're going to beat Bournemouth. I'm going to say 3-1. I just think, Bournemouth, done really well this season. If Solanke get Best Player of the Month for December, but I just don't think they'll be able to handle Liverpool. Even without Salah and Alexander-Arnold, I still can't see them, doing very well. Yeah, they might get the goal. I think Solanke might get consolation in there. But yeah, I just think they still have Diaz, Jota, Nunez, still decent forwards. So yeah, I think they'll get the job done. And yeah, 3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. Yeah, I think that was close to my prediction. Mr. B?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Elliot there. I think they're going to have too much of Bournemouth still. I think Bournemouth will score because Liverpool do still concede at times. So I think it'd be 3-1 Liverpool the same. Yeah.
3-1 Liverpool and Stepsy.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Nunez in a good category, Elliot. But apart from him, Jota, Diaz, very good players. They don't need Salah at the moment. I hope for God they don't put McAllister in the number 6. He's not a number 6. He doesn't do the Nunez role at all well when he's there. I hope they play him more as a number 8 or number 7, but number 6 he's not. I think Liverpool have too much for Bournemouth. I will score. And I'm going with Elliot the same. I'm going Bournemouth 1, Liverpool 3.
Yeah, I think I said 2-1 to Liverpool, but
You did.
yeah, it could go either way. To be fair, but I think Liverpool
I must be as well.
without Salah, and I don't know if Salah will be fit or not fit, but I don't think they even need Salah for this game. I think without Salah, I think that would be all right. Nunes, listen, he won't score, man. There's no chance he'll score. Maybe he will, but listen, I don't know, mate. I don't know what boots he plays before kickoff.
If you can miss from 4 yards against us, he's not going to score.
Yeah. Look, I think that's everyone's score predictions in for that game. We got one more game then. Obviously, some people want me to review the Man United Spurs game, which I will do that afterwards. But we do have Brighton and Hove Albion versus Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Pretty good one.
This is a very, very good game. Very, very good game. I'm not gonna say my score prediction now. I'm just gonna wait until what you guys say. But it's a tight game, Mr. B, isn't it? What do you think, Mr. B?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I rate both these teams. They're both very good teams, and of course, what Wolves done against us, of course. We took two leads there, had 1-0, 2-1, and still lost. So, but that's us really, Brentford. That's not just I know Wolves are a good team, but we just can't hold on to leads. So don't give us your pet dog because we can't hold on to its lead. So, but anyway. But so I think it's going to be tight. I think Brighton might just do this because although I think they got Mitoma out and all that, haven't they? But
yeah.
But I think they'll just do it 2-1. I'm going Brighton.
2-1 Brighton. Stepsy.
I don't think you can read too much in the FA Cup games because there's rotation there, and that they'll have their main players back. Like Neto will play the full game, and Doherty will be back playing the full game. Brighton inconsistent at home. They're a little bit better than they are away, but they're very inconsistent. Wolves will pick up wins away from home every now and then. They do very well at home. Look at the Chelsea game as well. I see it being very tight. I'm swaying towards a 1-1.
1-1. Interesting, Elliot.
So I think that Brighton will win this game 1-0. I just think Wolves, not been the greatest this season, but like Step said, they have had a few good games at home. But I just think, Brighton. Both teams aren't great this season, but I still think Brighton will still pip in a 1-0 win. Not much more to say on that game really. I've not been watching both those teams very closely, but yeah, I'm going to say 1-0 Brighton.
Yeah, fair enough. 1-0 sounds a fair prediction. And Manny? Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, good. Yeah, both teams have obviously been affected by some notable absentees for the Asian Cup. Matoma for Brighton and Hee-Chan Huang for Wolves. And there might be a few players, one or two on both sides who are in the AFCON as well. Will be interesting to see how both teams go about it. I think Wolves, of course, have looked really good under Gary O'Neill, but going over to the Amex to play will not be easy. And I think Brighton have started to... I think they have started to recover a little bit. And obviously the holiday draw against West Ham, when they sort of kept them scoreless, I think it was probably a reminder of how well they could play. And De Zerbi went on to say that it was one of the best performances he had ever seen as manager of Brighton and Hove Albion since he joined. It's a results business, and it's great to eulogize the performance, but the result is sometimes the most important thing. And regardless of what some morons, especially one particular moron who has a ridiculous blog, an Arteta in blog, will say it always a results business, and you don't spend too much time looking beyond the result at the performance and other factors when you end up losing. It's like a woe is me story about how you're basically saying it's not fair, we should have won. Sickening. But look, Brighton obviously going back to centre now. Brighton obviously look to be a stronger team on paper. I know Ryan did say that the Seagulls have been a little bit inconsistent, and the
Yeah.
Wolves won't make it easy. But I don't think the Seagulls will be thrown to the Wolves. I think the Seagulls might just, escape the Wolves' fangs or teeth or both, as it were. And along with DJ Crazy, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for the Seagulls.
2-1 win for the Seagulls. Oof, I'm gonna go with three. I'm gonna go 3-2 Brighton. I think there's gonna be lots of goals in this one. 3-2 Brighton.
Goals.
Nice.
Goals good. 3-2 Brighton. It's gonna be epic.
Without Hee-Chan Huang, I wonder where the goals are
Yeah.
going to come from for Wolves.
Well, Neto, maybe, but
Probably Neto.
Yeah, that'll be them.
maybe.
That's all the games done. But obviously, I'm just gonna recap this game.
Yeah.
Man United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2, and wow. We
Held by the Spuds, eh?
we bottled 2 leads. We
The return of
got 2 leads, 1-0 win. We was 1-0, then 2-1. And then straight after 40 seconds, second half, I don't know what Ten Hag said in the dressing room at half time. It's not good enough. When you have Skip and Højbjerg running the midfield, it just tells you, man. It tells you it's not good enough. And came over there. You can see his style of play at Tottenham. And I've been saying this for a long time since obviously Ineos, the takeover got completed. I've been saying that Ten Hag, he has a lot of pressure now because obviously we saw the amount of PR this is, by the way. They put Ratcliffe next to Sir Alex Ferguson. I don't know why Sir Alex Ferguson has any input with Man United. Let him rest. Let him drink his coffee. Let him relax, man. Let him spend his time, man. Because Man United still are having Sir Alex Ferguson in charge upstairs.
I think Ferg is like an honorary board member. I think he's an honorary board member.
He's probably telling Ratcliffe to tell
Well,
Ten
yeah,
Hag
of course.
McTominay a 20-year contract. Which, listen, mate, no McTominay for me. I'm not surprised he missed that at the end because we all know. I know that not a United player. He should have went to West Ham this summer, but United rejected the bid. But look, obviously we faced Newport County in the FA Cup. If we lose, I won't be surprised, but I think we'll probably win. We will win probably, but if we lose,
It's a good payday for Newport. It's a good payday.
Newport, yeah.
But look, I really do think that Ratcliffe and obviously Sir Dave Brailsford, tackling expert, they will have their eyes on Ten Hag. And we keep struggling, obviously getting the draws, losses. Ten Hag will be gone. Like I said, I won't be surprised, and they'll get Graham Potter. So.
I don't know. That's pushing the boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
There's people, but the things that are floating around, Graham Potter's in the floating around, but they talk about Zidane's available. I don't see Zidane coming in new Man United because he hasn't done Premiership football before. He's always been in Europe, so Zidane would be out of it. Potter, he did have a he wasn't a good run at Chelsea, but he done a good job. He really at Brighton, he done a good job. So I can see him doing a good job at United. But is that another big club that he could fail at?
For me, I'm not Ten Hag out, by the way, but I believe second managers won't do anything. But obviously, we all know once the new owners come into the football club, they want their own ideas and ways. But look, Ten Hag he's obviously met with Ratcliffe. He will say it's been a good meeting so far. He will say that. Obviously. He will never say I had a bad meeting with them. Blah blah blah.
Of course.
Look, he's on thin ice, and so are the players. By the way, Bruno Fernandes, shocking. Rashford, he scored, but he was shocking as well. And also Johnny Evans. Oh my god! Listen, Johnny Evans, by the way. I
still can't believe he come back.
I
still can't believe it.
He's done, Johnny Evans.
Give him a contract extension. That's what I've been hearing, by the way. If that happens for me, delete this football club because Johnny Evans. I'd rather have Elliot, who's probably unfit. I'd rather have Elliot as a centre back than Johnny Evans because the way Johnny Evans was so slow on the ball against Tottenham, I'm not having that, man. And then United fans have a little chant for him. It's just embarrassing. But does anyone want to have their input on this game and any Ten Hag talk? I'm happy for you guys.
I'm just going to have a very quick quick quip. There is a song, of course, which goes "Johnny be good," but sadly, Johnny can't be good. He can only be bad.
Yeah.
And let me also say, Andre Onana, shame on you. You chose to stay back at Manchester United because you wanted to play a Premiership game, denying Altay Bayindir a chance to play. You could have done better for Reguilón's shot by trying to make yourself a bit bigger. And then you go to the AFCON, steal a place ahead of another goalkeeper, and then put in a performance like that. You should never again play for the Cameroon, and you should be lucky if you ever get to play for United again after this season. Onana, what a shame.
Yeah, what he done? What he done? What Nana done at Cameroon? Turn up late.
He's a total Nana.
And basically stealing that goalkeeper spot when he turned up late.
He made a mistake for Cameroon tonight. I don't know if you're sorry about. He made a mistake, which is
but he turned up late. He didn't do one training session with him and straight in team. Turn up late. Like I think it was like
to catch a plane
6 hours before kickoff.
He was late for the first Cameroon match. He can't even catch a plane, man.
It's weird.
For me, anyone here thinks Ten Hag's future is safe, or I don't know what you guys think, because for me, I reckon he'll be gone soon. If this
Ten Hag, I'm going to say borrowed time. I'm going to say borrowed time. He started off well. He was building a team. It was going okay. It's just gone crumbling down, and Old Trafford is crumbling down now around him.
Please, if you get rid of him, who are you going to get?
It's borrowed time, definitely borrowed time for him.
And then whoever comes in inherits the same team.
The Spurs match proved it. It was Man United had lead, they couldn't hold it. They had lead again, and they still couldn't hold it. Spurs isn't the best team in the world, away from home, and they're not putting results in brilliantly after their good run at the start of the season. But Man United could have had that sewn up many a time, and they just couldn't do it. And that's why I think Ten Hag's on board time, because if you can't hold the lead against Spurs away at home,
it's embarrassing for me.
It was embarrassing. It was.
Yeah, and for me, listen, I pray to God I do not see United appointing an interim manager, because there's a record out there since Sir Alex Ferguson left. United have had more interims than actual managers that they've had. So for me, none of this interim, none of this give what's his name? I forgot his name. Steve McLaren the job, or Darren Fletcher. None of this. If I'll say let's
with a brolly.
Let's get a proper manager, get in the summer, let him overhaul the squad, get his own players, and then see how it is. But listen, it's going to be a hard second phase of the season for me.
That interim, they should have kept Renick. He was doing a great job.
Ragnick. For me, it was more of an upstairs CEO.
But he was doing a good job, though, man. He was doing a good job.
Of course. Listen, I back Ragnick, but now fans said, he's toxic. Ragnick's toxic.
I know he's a board member and all that up there, but when he's manager at Man United, I thought they were performing pretty well under him.
But we know
he had no idea there, and it worked.
They like to down tools when they say an interim manager. But we shall see how United turn out into second phase.
I think they should have kept it because they had an identity.
I'm sure talking about Man United, it bores people here, so we're just going to wrap up here. Two matches max for Ten Hag. Let's see, man. Let's see. Listen, I'm not Ten Hag out. For me, I believe second managers won't do anything, but gonna have to see, because United will have to trigger the second at one point, because let's be honest, obviously,
I'm not inherit the same players, Boris.
We got
it ain't gonna matter.
When we got Luton,
he comes in.
When at Old Trafford against Luton outplayed us. I don't know, United Luton actually outplayed us at Old Trafford, so we got to
respect Luton because they were a great team.
We deserve something like that.
And then against Brentford, it was a last minute by McTominay. So for me,
we deserve something like that.
Don't remind me of that game, man. I don't want to know.
My brain's dead. I don't think no one there can remind me one game where probably Chelsea, where we outplayed against a team in the full 90 minutes. So I can't remember that. But look, we're gonna wrap up here. United is a bit boring for some people here, so we all wrap up. And obviously, what's Premier League games this week? Finally, man, it feels like a long time. I don't know if that's weird for me to say, but Premier League football is back. It feels like a bit. See, there's a little break. I'm not what the Premier League's doing, which is a bit weird. But listen,
and then next week you got FA Cup.
Exactly. Arsenal definitely not in that. But Manny, let's get your socials. Big up for joining.
Yeah, first of all, big up to Oris for organising the stream. Always a pleasure to come on and chat. And big up as well to the panelists. Big up to the chat for making this a lively stream. Yeah, socials. Catch me on Twitter at Thangatharai1981, having a few rants about Arsenal, getting into a few fights with some Arteta inners and doing my thing. Also talking about politics and any other topic. You want to have a more casual conversation, friendly stuff with me, catch me on Instagram and Threads at MannyThangatharai1981. YouTube, no channel of my own as of yet, but do catch me over here on OTF. Catch me on the Coach's Corner with Hanno Trollope. Catch me on Del Boy Gunner TV, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV, AFC Talk Show TV. Big up to Mr. B for life, as always. I'm good to be on his channel whenever I possibly can. I know that he obviously has sent me invitations to come on his channel, and sadly, due to timing constraints, I've not been able to come on, but I promise him I will come on again soon, especially if there are some good things to discuss. And also big up to the likes of Eugene, Spurs Asia TV, Northside LDN, and AFC Talk Show TV as well. I don't know if I've mentioned that. If I haven't, I'm mentioning it now. And just a few other channels right now, which I don't really have the mental capacity to name off the top of my head. Completely fried at the moment mentally. Got a big day tomorrow. But always happy to come on and chat, as I've said. And I want to make sure that we keep things respectful. No snide, no banter. We all basically are united in our love for the global game, which is football. And in addition, if we cannot agree to disagree without being disagreeable, there's no point in having a discussion. Let's keep it respectful and treat others the way we would like to be treated ourselves. Once again, nothing much else to say. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the Premiership action. Enjoy the AFCON. Enjoy the AFC Asian Cup. Enjoy a lot of other sporting action, whatever you like, whether it's cricket or darts or whatever else is going on around the world. And don't do anything that the panelists and other members in the chat and I wouldn't do. But as always, it is farewell to thee. Goodbye and God bless to all of you. Cheers.
Yep, funny. Elliot, where can you find you? Big up.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at DJCreaty_, and you can find me at my bit inactive YouTube channel, which is DJ Creaty. I usually post mixed on there, but I haven't done in a while. Again, been so busy. But yeah, I will get posting back on there soon. But yeah, obviously, I'm very happy to be back on this channel again. Hopefully, see me more often. But yeah, thanks to Arrest for having me. Obviously, big up to the other panelists as well. And yeah, 2024, more Elliot, hopefully.
Up to you. Now it's good to have you here. Elliot, Mr. B, the return of Mr. Tony. Where can we find you?
Yeah, Mr. B for Life 182, Mr. B Hive of Football Chat, and obviously I had a good chat about this earlier, about him coming back, and let's hope he does the business, man, because we need the goals and we need some points. Get back on a winning run again. It could be our first win of 2024. So I'm looking forward to it in a way, but I'm a little bit worried. But I think we can do this today. I've got to watch along for this tomorrow. I'll be doing that on my channel, so be about 5 o'clock. So hopefully a lot of people can tune into that. Everyone in here and in the chat and so forth.
I think I'll be joining you on co-commentary when I be.
Yeah, Stephen, you'll be on here with me as well on the watch along. So you've got plenty of stuff out, and obviously at watch along tomorrow. And cheers, Arist and the rest of the guys here, the rest of the lads. Cheers, and come on, you bees tomorrow. Come on.
Yeah, no worries. Big up to you for joining us as always. And obviously, last but not least, Stepsy, big up. Where can people find you?
Yeah. Obviously, I've had a few mental health issues with YouTube, so I hope to get my channel back on soon. I know Mr. B is going to help me, and Hannah's going to help me get it back up. But at the moment, you can find me at Sexy Boy at Instagram, Twitter or X, whatever you call it, at Sexy Boy 82, and Facebook, Stephen Stepsy. I will get my YouTube back on soon, and thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no worries.
And nice to meet Elliot as well.
Yeah, big up to you, Stepsy. Yeah, big up to everyone here in the panel. Big up to everyone. It's been a great show. Obviously, we did the part 2, but we won't have to do part 2 or part 1 anymore, because obviously I think the week after next week, I think Premier League games will be
a full schedule again.
Yeah, it's a full schedule. It's in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, so actually, FA Cup action next week. I'll probably do a Man United preview against Newport. Probably get a few of United fans there. Arsenal, I think they've got absolutely no one for next week.
We've got Everton.
And Should be a good one. Should be good. I think Man United's one is televised on BBC One. So, yeah, should be a good one. Let's see if Bayern will start. Listen, I won't be surprised if Onana rushes himself, forces his way out of Cameroon so he can start against Newport, which will be hilarious. But some Bayern action. I know Manu has been called for. I want to see Bayern action. I want to see that, and I don't want to see McTominay start either. But listen, guys, make sure you guys have liked the video, subscribe, follow everyone's socials here, Mr. B's, Manny, Steps, and Elliot socials as well. Make sure you guys have followed them. We'll be back soon. For now, enjoy your night and enjoy your weekend, and we shall see you soon. Peace.
God bless.